Snakes was crazy. Cause Snakes was crazy. Cause Snakes was crazy. Then it's real cause the really know what they say. I gotta smile, but honestly, how I put my boy. Sometimes I see him in the smile. Really know what they say. I gotta well smile. I'm in the band. Sound how debating about who is the greatest. What you debating about? I see him in the smile. Really know what they say. I'm in the band. Sound how debating.
Always want something. Hey, I swear that it's all assumption. Hey, and out they always want something.
I got a beautiful condo, stacking my bread for the house next. Labels keep trying to sign me. They do not have the amount yet. See, I come from a place where them don't usually amount. Boarded up houses across from the suburbs that's causing a few.
Y'all ready for this?
When I played with him at the Wizards, I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I ever played with, but he can shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and been fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passers in this league.
Three terrific names. Count it.
Doesn't it seem like Steph can get any shot he wants? I mean, with his handle and his shooting ability. That time, finishing off the drive.
Curry against Johnson. And stolen by Russell. Curry against Johnson. It's stolen by Green. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Well, this speaks to the versatility of Green, a defensive stalwart who also excels at handling the rock in transition.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Hornets.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
Now here's Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. A shot by McGrady, no good.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Great positioning on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Curry kicks to Russell. 1:06 left in the first quarter. And James throws it down.
Oh, powerful presence on the court. It's hard to match James' strength inside.
Moncrief against McGrady. Kept alive. Chamberlain. Good work defensively by Gasol.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Moncrief against McGrady. Pass to Curry. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's LeBron. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Pippen. Here's Here's Moncrief. And it's blocked. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Here's Mutombo. Johnson with it. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Nuggets on top, up 2. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Governing the split of second chance opportunities, Jay. I mean, that's what has them in the lead after one.
So it's the Hornets now, trailing by 2. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Charlotte, they've got Anthony. Allen out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Parrish, and it's Butler in at the 3 spot.
And Melo, a skilled shooter. If he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
Here's Cooper. Dumars the pass to Wallace. 2 points. That one goes. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fiery. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. Now, here's Dumars, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Dumars the pass to Mutombo. Outside Dumars. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep 3-point range, Denver gets it back. Wallace. Excellent D there from Parrish.
He struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
The kick outside to Butler. Fires the 3. Tumbo grabs the board. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Rodman with the ball. Butler covering. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. The Nuggets also changing it up. Chamberlain's checked in for Mutombo. Pippen comes in for Wallace. And it's Moncrief in for Cooper. .59 seconds left in the first half of the game. Moncrief dishes to Pippen. Now Moncrief still looking for his first bucket in this one. Dumars misses. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Chamberlain. Outside Pippen. Pass to Moncrief. Down low. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on LeBron James.
And as a free throw shooter, Rodman has his challenges. One of those guys who almost shoots a better percentage from the field.
First one falls for him. Johnson, he's checked in for Joe Dumars. And both free throws good for Rodman. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Curry passes to McGrady. Rebounded by Wilt Chamberlain. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. Here's Moncrief, cans the 12-footer. Moncrief's got his first 2 points.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, showing that short area skill allows him to create some space.
Curry can't hit the reverse layup.
And the activity he shows around the rim.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nuggets.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The NBA, a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period. That's all for now. Say good.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And so here's Charlotte. It's a 3-point game. Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. We've got Johnson. Draymond Green is out there with Chamberlain. Then it's Moncrief, and it's Pippen in at the small forward. Russell trying to free himself up, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the long arms of Gasol wreaking havoc on the D. They don't know what to do with him when he's going up with a shot like that.
Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the game. And he makes the first.
And Gasol is a guy who can do a multitude of things well. I mean, he scores it, rebounds it, passes it, just an all-around talent.
Both free throws good from Gasol. Chris, you know a little something about that power forward position. Who do you think will be the best at that position in let's say 3-5 years from now?
Wow, it may be who's the best at that position now will continue to be, and that's Anthony Davis. He can do it all. He was a point guard in high school, and what that gave him was ball handling skills, lateral quickness, and a mentality of a small guy. We all want that as big fellas, that mentality, because you have the height. You just need to believe that you can do it on all ends of the floor, and he can do it defensively, offensively. He can coach. He can be your trainer as well, get guys healthy. I think AD could do it all.
Good explanation.
But here's the problem. No one's got the strength to move Wilt off his spot, and no one has the height to challenge the shot at its point of release.
James. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And it goes on Draymond Green.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Charlotte shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
No good on that one.
In many ways, he feels like he's playing his best ball right now when you talk about LeBron James.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Parrish is checked in for Gasol. Anthony comes in for Russell, and it's Allen in for Tracy McGrady. Denver also making some changes. Mutombo comes in for Chamberlain, and it's Dumars in for Moncrief. That one misses.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
That's not who they want guarding him. I mean, the size mismatch is just too big. All he has to do is just keep attacking the rim.
James with it. He's picked up by Pippen. Anthony right side. Back to LeBron. Off target from three-point range. Denver leading by 5. It's Dumars on the wing. Puts it up, and the rejection by Parrish. They get it back.
And Mutombo, a defensive force, a long, intelligent player who plays well on both ends of the floor.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. No good on the free throw. Rodman, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And the second free throw, good. 1:14 left in the third. Curry against Johnson. Here's Anthony. And again, the Hornets missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Mutombo misses.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And then Rodman with the dunk.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Curry dishes to Carmelo. Allen surveying the D. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. Shot clock at 6. Over Green. And Anthony gets it to go. Anthony's got his second basket.
You don't see that too often, the fadeaway shot when he's wide open.
Outside Dumars. Lets it go with a 3. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Denver on top, up 6. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Russell is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's McGrady in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
And McGrady, as accomplished a mid-range shooter as we have in the game, keeps that high release point on the jump shot.
Here's Moncrief. Misses the 3.
And they've had the edge in rebounding all night long, and none bigger than that one right there.
An elite passer at his position. I mean, James always seems to make the right decision.
Here's Johnson following the bucket by the Hornets. Now, here is Chamberlain. The pass to Johnson. There's the triple. He can't get that one. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. To the paint. The kick out to LeBron. Good. And it's McGrady who picks up the assist. James has got the game tied up here for Charlotte.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Here's Chamberlain. But he stays with it.
And I'll tell you, the combination of agility, wingspan, and stamina, very difficult to keep Wilt from scoring off those misses.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. It's good.
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. What a comeback and what a finish we have in store.
I didn't think they'd be able to come all the way back. These games had a little bit of everything.
And so Mike Malone calls a timeout. Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan player of the game.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
Stephen Curry's checked in for the Hornets. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. This was a close game, as you know, and he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move, right now. Kevin?
Now here's Johnson. After LeBron James's miss. Open for three. It's good from beyond the arc.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
And the Hornets call time here. They trail by 3. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Back to Gasol. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Wilt, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
Oh, such a great understanding of the game. Draymond recognizes the defense. I mean, he realizes he needs to take that one himself.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, the game is on the line. Who would you rather go to than Steph Curry? Who?
Curry against Johnson. Passes it to Green. It drops.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
And the Hornets call time here. They're down by 5. 12 seconds left in the game. And here's James outside. From deep. Chamberlain with the rebound. And he commits the intentional foul.
Bill Russell. That's his first personal foul.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Stephen Curry. That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Denver. Magic Johnson. At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. So we see Denver get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that.
To really live. I know there's things that I'll never understand. I try my best, reflect on times I didn't win. I find time and time again it hurts to really live, but I need something to believe in. I need something that can keep me holding on.
Yeah, 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 yeah. A 200 millas en un yaqui, si tú quieres te lo aquí, debajo del sol, debajo del sol, a 200 millas en un yaqui, si tú quieres te lo aquí, debajo del sol, debajo del sol, tempranito en la mañana, morning.
Let's see the starting lineup for this day night. At power forward, Bob McAdoo. At point guard, Gary Lee. At the other forwards, Larry Bird. At the other forwards, Larry Bird. And now for your San Antonio Spurs! At the center position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 12, Dwight Howard. At the power forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 33, Alonzo Mourning. At shooting guard, at 6 foot 6 inches, number 2, Kawhi Leonard. The other forward, 7 feet, number 41, Dirk Nowitzki. Starting at the other guard, at 6 foot 6 inches.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. A game tonight featuring the Miami Heat as they go up against the San Antonio Spurs here at AT&T Center. With Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, this is Kevin Harlan. So the opening lineup for the Heat, is out there with Michael Jordan, then it's Kareem, then it's Bird, and it's McAdoo in at the four-man position. And for the Spurs, Nowitzki is out there at Mourning. Then there's Kobe. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Bryant against Payton. Bryant looking over the floor. Jordan against Leonard. Clock at 6. Drops in the layup for 2. Leonard's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Spurs. And tonight, Brent, classic battle of pivot men. Talk about some of your favorite center matchups historically.
Well, we hear a lot and we see a lot in terms of the nostalgia of Wilt Chamberlain going up against Bill Russell. I remember years watching in front of the television Hakeem Olajuwon playing against David Robinson in some Western Conference battles. I don't know that we're going to see that much in the next 4 or 5 years, Kevin. We know where the game is going, and those post matchups end up becoming somewhere near the three-point line nowadays.
Nowitzki against Payton. Outside Bryant. Abdul-Jabbar with the block.
And beyond the obvious physical skills, Kareem just has a great understanding for the game. Times his move perfectly to get that shot.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. Asked about guarding Kawhi Leonard, he shook his head saying, "It's amazing how he's grown from college to now. One of the game's most complete offensive weapons." And Kevin, the claw is really a tough task to slow down.
Thank you, David. And Jordan gets it to go.
Yeah, nice timing there on that catch and shoot. Jordan with such a musical rhythm to his game.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Ball's knocked loose. Pass to Leonard. From deep three-point range, unable to get that one. Now the Heat take it the other way. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Bird, the pass to Payton. Here's McAdoo. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And there's the pass to McAdoo. Fires it up. Payton can't get it to go.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Here's Kobe. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Miami ahead, up 1. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what stands out to you guys from the Heat in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
They've got Frazier. Howard is out there with Walton. Then there's Barrett. And it's Leonard in at the 2 guard. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Bill Walton.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender using the old pump fake. You know that one, Kev. Pump fake.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Here's Frazier. It's tipped. Oh, and there's the alley-oop and the dunk by Reed.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Irving against Leonard. Now the dish to Howard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know how physical Howard is down there. When he's going up with his shot, he is expecting contact.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for
Yes,
the
I
teams
do.
that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. It's stolen by Frazier. Passes it to Barry. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Yeah, we all know Rick Barry can create for himself, but we get to see there what kind of passing skills he also possesses. What a sensational feed.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Morning's checked in for Howard. Nowitzki comes in for Barry. And it's Bryant in for Kawhi Leonard.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Pass to Kobe. 46 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Shot clock at 5. And it's Miami with the rebound. Jordan dishes to Payton. Pass to Stackhouse. Back to Payton. Takes the 3. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Here is Bryant. From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1. And that does it for our halftime.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, Gary Payton displaying his skills today.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Heat, Abdul-Jabbar is out there with McAdoo. And it's Michael Jordan. Then it's Gary Payton. And it's Bird in at the 3 spot. Morning's shot is good.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half. Well, one thing you can say about the Heat team, very long and very athletic.
That helped them really stay competitive in a lot of games. But when you can't shoot the ball, really, really hard to come back in games where there's teams firing away from 3 and you can't mount any sort of offensive comeback.
They get it again. Here's Bird. And another shot. And it's Abdul-Jabbar getting it to go. Abdul-Jabbar's got his first points of the game.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
Ryan against Bird. Kobe kicks to Morning. Now the pass to Nowitzki. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Bryant, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Bryant's got it all tied up now for the Spurs. Payton passes to Bird. Now here is Abdul-Jabbar. No one near Payton as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. Now here's Nowitzki. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes to Howard. Over Payton. Howard misses.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Out to Bird. Payton against Leonard. Payton with the ball. 6 points for him. Let's go. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Payton's got 8 points. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Outside Leonard. 30 seconds left to play in the third. Takes it from 10. Here's Howard. They shoot again. Rebounded by McAdoo.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Now Bird. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
And you got to admire how hard Mourning goes at it on defense.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Heat out front, up by 2. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Walton is out there with Barry. Then there's Mourning. Then there's Kobe. And it's Frazier in at the point guard. That's the San Antonio 5.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Barry misses. The Heat leading by 4. To the middle. And Kareem throws it down.
And not much you can do defensively once Kareem gets the ball in that close. Too much height, too much talent.
Pass to Frazier. And here is Mourning. Outside, Kobe. 6 to shoot. It's deflected. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. White's running. Here's Gervin. And Mourning sends it back.
And that's his signature. Mourning, a fantastic.
Oh, look at that. And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now a timeout called by Miami. They're up by 4. 1:37 left in the 4th quarter. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Payton against Kobe. Mourning. The shot that time, not on target. And the Heat going the other way now. Here's Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Frazier.
And the defining trait of the greatest of superstars, Jordan makes the players around him better.
Take a break.
Mentally,
Take a break.
in terms of effort and in terms of their performance.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. A different look now for San Antonio. Howard's checked in for Walton. Nowitzki comes in for Barry. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Frazier. McAdoo is checked in for the Heat. Bird comes in for Irving. Leonard against Bird. High arcing shot. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Money!
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. There's 31 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Gary Payton.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
Guard it.
And stolen by Jordan. And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's Miami's ball. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and in every generation or so, a player comes along who can be considered a true superstar. Folks, that's Larry Bird.
From deep 3-point range, once again off the mark by San Antonio. And so it's Miami winning this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness?
But my energy is at an all-time high. Coming up, I'm coming up. Feel the rush, I feel the rush. If this ain't legendary, what you call it? I said if this ain't legendary, what you call it? Feel the vibe, I feel the vibe. Extra live, I'm extra live. Improvement. Fell asleep, a man woke up superhuman. Pressure turned me into a giant. A thin line between living and I'm on the edge and I might just dive in. No turning back, man, I'm ready to go. Coming with me or I'm going alone. Changes, man, I'm talking changes. On a crash course, but I ain't afraid of danger. Now let me give you what you came for. Coming up, I'm coming up. Feel the rush, I feel the rush. If this ain't legendary, what you call it? I said if this ain't legendary, what you call it? Feel the vibe, I feel the vibe. Extra live, I'm extra live. And I don't need improvement. Fell asleep, a man woke up superhuman.
And the
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Tonight, it'll be the Utah Jazz going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Bird, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. DA, take it away.
Head coach Quinn Snyder is trying to help the Jazz break through in a crowded Western Conference. Snyder said, "There's always challenges, and I'm comfortable with adversity. I just want to keep the right perspective. I've got something that I love to do." Kevin, he is one of the biggest reasons the Jazz is always a factor.
He is doing a great job. Thank you, DA. And now the Lakers starting group. Robertson is out there with Dwayne Wade. Then it's Ewing. Then it's Payton. Then it's Davis. And the power forward for the Jazz. Clay Thompson is out there with Jason Kidd. Then it's Malone. Then it's Robinson. And it's Malone in at the 4 spot. Pass to Wade. Over Thompson. Wade misses.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
And one of the worst kept secrets of last season, the Jazz looking for an upgrade in their backcourt to pair with Donovan Mitchell.
Well, there's no question, Greg. That was a poorly kept secret indeed. They felt the Grizzlies leaked their trade talks from Mike Conley, going so far as to call it unethical. Consequently, the guard spot was the big focus for them this summer.
Passes it to Malone. That shot off. Davis with some nice D. And here's the Lakers. Robertson outside.
2 minutes.
And the layup's good off the glass.
In the painted area, it's where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Stolen by Ewing. Beyond the arc. Robertson can't get it to go.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Kidd passes to Malone. It's hauled in by Ewing.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Lets it go. The shot by Robertson, no good.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Outside Kidd. Shot on the wing. Count the basket. Robertson with it. 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Wade against Thompson. Wade right side. Shot from the low block. And that one drops.
Well, some guys just excel at scoring through contact. And Dwayne Wade, how about the strength on that move? Wow.
The pass to Robinson. Good D by Ewing.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Hit against Robertson. Inside, here's Ewing, and then Ewing with the jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Pass to Robinson.
And Ewing, also a dependable defender. Terrific at taking away space from shooters and just trying to make them uncomfortable.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action after this word. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Lucas. Thomas is out there with Maravich. Then there's Carter, and it's Hayes in at the 5 spot. West misses.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort, you see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Pierce, the pass to Pettit. The kick out to Pierce. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Outside Thomas. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Jazz trail by 6. Petrovic with the pass to West. Now here's Pierce. He's guarded by Thomas. Back to West. Good on the triple. West has got the first basket of the second quarter for the Jazz. Well, it's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst. Breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev. This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Pass to Pettit. Here's Petrovic. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. West passes to Pettit. Over Thomas. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Pettit.
And points in the paint are a sure thing when Pettit's on the floor. He's just got too much game down low. He may not have the bulk of some of the other guys, but doesn't matter.
Back to Maravich. Pierce against Carter. He's looking for Hayes and finds him. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
Clearly a foul.
The Jazz shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, West.
And you look at all the things this man brings to the game. The focus, the resolve, a winner's mindset. I mean, there's a reason why they call him the logo.
He's perfect from the line this time. The Lakers in the lead.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, Greg, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Los Angeles shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And he knocks down the first one. so he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Price looking it over. Here's Robinson. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Los Angeles on top, up 2. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They've got a 2-point lead. Kenny?
Well, they've been pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
How about you? And that'll do it for...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Jerry West.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
Malone is out there with Malone. Then it's Jason Kidd. Then it's Thompson. And it's Robinson in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Thompson passes to Malone. For the tie. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Malone's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Jazz. To the left wing. Robertson dishes to Wade. Pass to Davis. Back to Wade. Goes up from the top of the key. Offensive rebound. No good from Ewing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Here's Kidd, and he uses the glass on the layup. Kidd's got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz. Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
The pass to Malone. And it's D. Wade with the rebound.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Robertson against Thompson. Offensive rebound. Robertson kicks to Ewing. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And how about the muscle inside from Ewing? Easily getting to wherever he wants to on that low block.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
West is checked in for Jason Kidd. Wade passes to Ewing. Now here's Davis. And the shot is good. And the Lakers lead by 3.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Collins. Over Wade. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
he had room to operate, but added a little fade on that shot just for good measure.
And that one released in time, but no good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And it's Wade with the ball for the Lakers. They lead by 1. A moment now to reset the lineups. Back to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got Robertson. Ewing is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Baylor. And it's Wade in at the 2 spot. Here's Price. Utah gets it back. Pass to West. Floats one up, and Ewing sends it back. Floats it up for Davis. That shot, no good. Some solid defense here from Malone. Price outside. Passes it to Cowens. Poked away. Robertson with the steal. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. And David Robinson pulls it down. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the right side. For 3, Kidd. The Jazz with another miss. The Lakers in the lead. And the pass to Baylor. They get it back. Davis. Malone with the block.
Yeah, how about the quicks there by Malone to get up and deter that shot, utilizing that size and reach for the rejection. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Kidd dishes to Malone. Thompson outside to tie it up, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Klay Thompson, calm and cool under pressure. How about the big bucket from Klay?
Robertson passes to Ewing. Davis down low. He's covered by Malone.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And the Jazz call time here. They're trailing by 2. 52 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now a moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Yeah, how about the bucket to tie with the D just all over him. The free throw to give them the lead. Just a fantastic play all around.
And the Lakers call time here. They're down by 1. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. Got it!
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Pass to Robinson. Shoots over Ewing. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
And Malone, a remarkable power forward. His footwork, incredible. And that jump shot is wet.
And he does get the second one, and that ties the game up.
That will sting a little bit, failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
And the Lakers call time here. Here is Robertson.
Well, he is a guy who has made a career of nailing clutch shots. Dwayne Wade, wow.
Four seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Robinson. Great defense that time from Ewing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Gets the first, and that makes it a three-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a two-possession game.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
Well, Greg, you've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Well, when Dwayne Wade is able to stay healthy, he has proven he's still very effective. This guy is smart, he's decisive, and he can play at a high level. And that's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Like Indiana Jones. Pick themselves. that's just 10 of these. Crime family like the Genovese. You don't want drama, capiche. My house is full of supermodels just like Muhammad Hadid. I take this too serious, you my comic relief. I find it funny how I keep it's tragic, and everyone that wants the worst for me's asking what happens. Yeah, so many times I started walking backwards. Like Charlemagne, I see the light and see the darkest patches. Bury me and I'll be born again. I walk in godly form amongst the mortal men. I got some real across the border fence, and made a note of the mistakes we can't afford again. Like I said, can of worms and I'm the early bird. Wanna hang, but I'm too busy doing dirty work. Hit them back and say we'll link up on the 33rd. When I say that it ain't.
Moment from now. Welcome everyone, let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from shortly. GA, it's all yours.
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint. Giannis said, I can all...
You're right, GA. It'll be scary. Thanks. And tonight's game may be won or lost on that front line committee. What makes for an effective front court tandem, do you think?
I think, first of all, if that tandem can switch on pick and rolls, that tandem can shoot the basketball and also make plays somewhat like a guard. But the biggest thing is if they can rebound and able to guard smaller guys, this will make them good.
Interesting. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. We've got Harden. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Garnett. Then it's Richmond. And it's Nash in at the point. And for Detroit, Duncan out there with Olajuwon. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Stockton in at the point guard position. Now here's Garnett. Back to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Nash outside. Giannis grabs the miss. And here is Hardaway. The dish to Stockton. Back to Hardaway. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. In the corner, Harden. Olajuwon with the block.
Without a doubt, one of the most versatile shot blockers in the game. Olajuwon does it in the painted area as well as along the perimeter.
Garnett outside. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. And it's Giannis missing. For Sacramento, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Nash, the pass to Richmond. From outside, off the mark.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Hardaway. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Kicks it out to Harden. Lets the three fly. Drops in the tray.
And how about O'Neal zipping passes over to his guys, using that height to find open teammates.
Passes it to Duncan. And Duncan gets double teamed. Back to Stockton. Outside, Antetokounmpo. From the arc. Garnett grabs the board. Kings leading now by 3. Harden the pass to Garnett. Rebounded by the Pistons. 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Free throw good. Giannis. And the Kings will go for a different look here. So he gets them both. And it's the Kings with the ball. Now Harden. Barkley outside. And here's Rose outside. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Kings lead by 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching for the Kings, guys.
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
Smitty, lately we're seeing more deep three-pointers than ever before. Think you could step out to that 35-foot mark?
Hey, Kevin, I can step out there, but the question is, could I make them at a high percentage? And that's what's so beautiful now. You're seeing these guys step out further and further, but their percentage is higher and higher than it would be from others in my area shooting 35-footers. This is fantastic, but I do not want to see a 4-point line.
Miller is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Durant. Then it's Kukoc, and it's Unseld in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now here's Kukoc. After the miss from Allen Iverson. Outside, KD. Pass to Lillard. Clock at 6. Here's Unseld. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And it looks like they're settling down after having some real problems shooting the ball in that opening quarter.
From deep, Rose. No good on that one. Pistons leading by 3. Pass to Unseld. Lillard against Iverson. Up top, Kukoc. Lobbed up there for Durant. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And the reach of KD, no need to be pinpointed with that alley-oop. He can just about touch the rafters.
Back to Rose. There's 1:26 left now here in the second. The 3 from Hill. Another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Nate Thurman is the charter member of one of the NBA's most exclusive clubs. First player in league history to ever record a quadruple double. Very few guys have pulled that one off.
First free throw is good.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Kukoc. Doncic comes in for Miller. And Stockton subbed in for Damian Lillard. And Duncan throws it down.
And how about the anticipation and imagination there from Unseld? Sees the play developing and delivers the pass on time and on target.
Now here's Garnett. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The pass to Richmond. With the teardrop,
Got to recognize the situation, trying to get a 2-for-1.
Absolutely, but at the same time, you want to get a good shot.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Nash. After Luka Doncic's bucket. Garnett outside. Passes it to Hill. Rebound, Detroit.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Pass to Thurman. For three, Richmond drills it from outside. Richmond's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Pistons on top. They lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks. Dwayne, you're ahead. How do you keep this up for the rest of the game?
Well, maintain the disposition. I think we got to have a tough mental disposition.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense. Called some high percentage plays, even when it...
And that's going to do it for us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Detroit leading by 4. Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. They've got O'Neal. Harden out there with Nash. It's Garnett, and it's Richmond, and it's the small forward. And it's Shaquille O'Neal with the foul. That's his first foul. Sacramento on defense. Left side, out of the Kumbo. Deflected by Garnett. Down low, Hardaway with the steal. Lets it fly from 18. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Steve, nothing finer than having a star on your team who also makes everyone else feel better, feel involved, right?
You're totally right, Kevin. I talked to a lot of these general managers and owners, and they talk about they're looking for the unselfish star. Not just the star, the unselfish star. And what they mean by that, on the court, off the court, the guy that understands it's about team versus him.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Now here's Nash. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Richmond outside. Launches it. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's Giannis. Second chance shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Giannis has got 4 this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Nash dishes to Richmond. It doesn't go for him. And it's Detroit the other way. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. It's stolen by Duncan. And here they come. Pull-up jumper. Stockton's shot is good. Stockton Stockton's got his second basket of the game.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Now here's Garnett. Fires from 18. That one goes. Count it.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And let's also add, he has touch from there. That's a solid shot for him.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, you gotta love the recognition there. Stockton just so unselfish, always looking to find the open man.
Martin with it. He's got 5. One second left, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Detroit Pistons bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be right back after this. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. The Kings trail by 7. On to Tacumbo out there with McHale. Then it's Miller. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Unseld in at the 5. That's the group for Detroit right now. Up again. Detroit with the rebound. Lillard, right side. And the layup is good. Lillard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pistons.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
McHale against Garnett, goes back up, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
At the line for the Kings, Shaquille O'Neal, 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Durant's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Barkley, he's checked in for Sacramento. And he sinks the second. Here's Lillard. To the inside, McHale, and it's Kevin McHale with the finish.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
With their lead starting to stretch out just a little bit here late, they're in a prime position now to wrap this one up.
Now here's Rose. Again, the miss by the Kings. Miller with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Kings. It's a 10-point game. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And how about the reach of O'Neal there? A huge target for his teammates on these alley-oops.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. 1:31 left to play here in the fourth. And it's Big Dog with the foul. That's his first foul. The Pistons making a change here. Olajuwon's checked in. And the Kings also making a change. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Barkley. Durant kicks to Miller. Nailed from three-point land. Miller's got his first 3 points of the game.
He knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
And Hill has it in the corner. Over Durant. Again, Sacramento. And so it's Detroit with the ball. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Miller outside. 5 to shoot. From past the arc, and another three for Detroit.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And the basket is good.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Olajuwon, after the missed three from Damian Lillard. Olajuwon's shot is good.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Now here's Durant. And so the Pistons take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith,